Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you are all doing good. Yeah. This morning, I was just having a conversation with one of my neighbor, and she is a college girl, and she just said, "You know what? I was trying to lose my weight for the past 6 years, and still now, and I'm trying." I didn't reach my goal, but I still keep trying. Because she was saying this, that in a funny way, that every new year comes, she tried to take some kind of resolution to lose her weight, and then she ends up in kind of failure. She never was able to go to the finish line. I'm sure, there are so many of us, including myself. I was also facing a similar kind of issue few years back, I would say. Sometimes I take some of my planning in the beginning of a year, and I do struggle a lot to reach out that particular end line, but I have dropped it in between several times. And with that particular experience, with that particular thing, I have listed down few things, few steps, I would say, or few methods that I started following, that actually taken me to the finish line, that actually taken me to the end goal, and I was able to do whatever that I have planned for that particular year or whenever that you are planning. So if you are someone, you have started to do something and you are not able to complete it to the finish line, these tips, I'm sure, will really help you. Yeah. So what is the tip? What are the 10 steps? Step number 1, you have to be very selective in whatever that you are choosing. First of all, I would say, like, say for example, when she was saying, I'm taking her example because she started this idea, and I got this idea to even share it to everyone. So when you wanted to do something in a particular year, when you're planning to do something, I would say you have to be very, very selective in what you embark on. Because when you are really passionate about something, when you love to do something, you will definitely will not drop it in between. You will try to finish it as much as possible. So which means that you are taking a decision of doing something which you really don't like it, right? You may be having a passion or an idea of losing weight. You wanted that particular body, but how effective? Is it a wish or is it a need? I'm sure you can understand the difference, right? So if you are having a wish, it's not going to happen. If it is a need, if you really think you are in a hunger that you wanted to have it, you will definitely move forward. And the second thing is, estimate what are all the resources that you need to reach this particular plan that you have drafted. So you need to understand, like, if say for example in her planning, she said, I wanted to lose weight, so she said, I will go for walking 10,000 steps every day. Of course, so many of us know that there are multiple ways to lose weight, but how many of them are able to effectively implement it? She is a person who is studying in college. She has to decide, is there effective time that she can spend each day on that particular thing, or is there something more effective that she can do, or what is the alternate plan if she is not able to go out? What is the alternate plan if there is some climatic condition that is stopping her from moving out of the house? So she has to have all this plan in place. I'm sure that you might be thinking, what is that? It's all like one day, that's all fine. But you never know that you are, by being so consistent, you are actually creating faith and confidence in yourself. So whatever that you're doing, the repetition makes all the difference. You have to be very, very consistent. So you have to estimate the resources you need for reaching that particular point. And the third thing, you need to allocate the time and energy accordingly. Say for example, if she is planning to go for walking, she has to, even in fact I would say, like, you have to budget your time and energy, because we are also talking about the time deficit, right? So you need to think about how much time and how much energy am I going to put on a particular week, on a particular day, on how much of calories I'm going to burn on this particular week. So she has to plan all those things, because these might be simple things but will be very, very effective. And the third thing is, never ever try to be a perfectionist. It's never going to happen. I would say, like, if people are trying to be so perfect on doing something, they will never even start doing that. So when you wanted to do something, please go ahead and do it, however bad it is. Even in my case, when I started this YouTube channel, I was stammering in front of a camera. But of course, I wouldn't say like I'm so expert in talking right now, but still, when you start doing at any point where you are, you will ultimately be improvising yourself, because you are doing something repetitive, right? So don't try to be a perfect person, don't try to be like so much perfectionist in doing anything that you wanted to do. And of course, fifth and important thing is, commit to yourself. When you are planning something, when you're saying something to someone, you need to be able to walk the talk. And so many people are saying, they just they give their words, but they don't stick to their words. You need to walk your talk, not just simply giving some words. This year I will try to lose my weight, but next year people will say, like, yeah, she was saying the same thing the last year as well. In fact, her mother was saying, like, she keeps saying this every year. I'm sure, like, she's not going to lose weight. Because this is the kind of impression that you are giving on others. This actually subconsciously affect you in many other ways in your life, which we will discuss in some other videos. So commit yourself. And sixth point, connect yourself to the end vision that you want to achieve. See, this practice is actually from athletics. People who go on a swimming sport or something like that. I have read in one of the book where the swimming practice for athletics, the trainer actually coaches his particular students in such a way that he is asking every day these students to imagine the vision of achieving that particular prize when they actually reach the end line. So this way, when they keep imagining, when they were able to vision themselves in that particular end line, of course the process and also the feeling that you are able to recreate inside your mind, it is definitely an effective process, and you will actually see a big change when you try to do it. I am sure, like, when many of you who have seen this Secret movie, they call it like visual motor rehearsal. Yes, it is the same process when you are, because your brain never know what is reality and what is lie. So whatever that you are able to demonstrate in your brain, you will be able to achieve it. So it is as simple as that. So go ahead and try it. And the next one is, follow the path of highest enjoyment. What is that? So say, for example, if you wanted to learn swimming, I'm sure, like, it is winter season in many places. The moment you step inside the water, the pool of water, you might start feeling a jerk of chillness in your body, and you may feel like, oh my god, I don't want to go for swimming at all. It's really horrible. Is that the kind of voice that you have, the inner voice you have? Yeah, of course, many of us have such kind of thing. But the moment you start telling yourself the inner voice, moment you start I would say, like, at least trying to cheat yourself by saying, I just love this chillness, I just love this climate, I love being in this particular cold water. So you must be able to create the highest enjoyment in whatever that you are doing. Say, for example, if you're going for walking, it is similar. Try doing something you love when you're going for a walking, but then you will never miss it out. To me, it is like, when I go for a walk, I always put on my headset and I listen to some audiobooks. So I will be sticking to the author and I will keep walking. If you ask me without a headset to keep walking even for 10 minutes, to me it feels like a longer time. I would feel like, oh my god, I think I have walked for so much of time, but definitely it is not like that. And the next thing is track your progress. It is always important you track whatever that you are actually doing. When you track the numbers of whatever that you are doing, you are actually progressing. And the ninth thing is celebrate small success. See, when subconsciously you have to keep yourself active, you need to make yourself feel like, yeah, this week I have achieved something this much. I should appreciate, I should celebrate even small success, because that's when you will be able to reach the longer point, because we are not running into a sprint, we are all trying to run a marathon in many of the goals that we are having in our life, right? And the final thing is, don't force yourself trying to do something which is not at all working for you. You may say, like, all this time you were the one who was saying please try all these particular lists, but now you are saying don't force yourself. Yes, because in NLP we say this: if what you're doing is not working for you, please do something else. If whatever that you're doing is not giving you result, please do something else. So it's a clever way, but I never said please change your goal. Please change the way in which you are trying to achieve that particular target. So if you are not able to reach your goal of reaching an ideal weight by walking, I would say try yoga, try something else, there are so many ways. Similarly, there are so much of abundant opportunities available for each one of us in reaching whatever that we wanted to do. So one thing is, we need to try and explore the ideas of the ways in which we can actually reach our end goal. And so never force yourself stating, no, I need to definitely do this, because that time I'm sure you will never be able to do it. And in fact, I will give you one small tip as well. It's again the last point I would say. It's not 10, in fact it is +1, 10 +1, a bonus tip. Have some accountability partner with you, because when you have someone with you, people are human or social beings is what they say, right? So when you have someone, you will have more commitment towards whatever that you are doing. In fact, you try to have someone when you are walking, like kind of, might be your spouse, might be your parents, might be your sisters, or even your dog for that matter. So that way you will be able to commit yourself on every day doing that particular thing that you wanted to do to reach your goal. I know that I keep giving a long list, but sure, these tips will definitely help you. Yeah, please try it out and do comment me below. Yeah, keep sharing and watching. Thank you so much.